So this is my project on the Borgia family, and they are definitely a crazy, complicated family with their fair share of drama, and it was really interesting learning about them. So it all started out with Alexander IV in 1492, and he pretty much bribed his way to the top, but he was definitely intelligent and brilliant and a little bit of a chick magnet. Women loved him, and he loved the attention. Even though he dedicated himself to the Catholic Church, he only wanted what he could get out of it, and he was not religious whatsoever. So Alexander had 8 children. They were called bastard children because he was not married when he had them, and back then this was what they were called. So Cesar and Giovanni were 2 pretty important ones in the family, and they ended up, Giovanni ended up taking the throne. Later on, Giovanni's body was found in the Tiber River, and no one really knew who did it. No one was convicted, and they never really tried. And to this day, they're not sure. And this was June of 1497. The interesting thing about it is it was said to be done by Cesar. And the brothers had been rivals before. So Cesar and Giovanni, surprisingly enough, both loved the same girl. She was their sister-in-law named Sancia. And this ended up actually tearing their relationship apart. So once Giovanni was gone, Cesar ended up taking the throne. He was also released from religious laws. So later, Cesar traveled to Paris, and that's my drawing of the Eiffel Tower. And he became the Duke of Valentinos. He ended up marrying a woman named Charlotte. And a little side note, many people were killed in the night by the Duke, Cesar. And it wasn't really a big deal, but that's just interesting. So, just like his father, Cesar loved women. Even though he was married, it wasn't a really big deal back then to have other women in your life. And oftentimes he would have large dinners with his fellow men and prostitutes, and one time he gave out prizes to the men who performed the act the most with the women. And then, in August of 1503, Alexander and Cesar both got sick. Most likely it was malaria, but Alexander didn't make it out. But Cesar did. So ever since then, the Borgias have been legends. And I know I spelled legends wrong. So I hope you enjoyed.